Hi guys, a slight hiccup. I'm doing YouTube live for the first time, and by mistake, I activated the link, a minute before. Uh, this is the live link, and I hope you all can see me live. Let me just share the link with people as well. Give me a moment. Right, so here I am live introducing my own book. Hello, Sat Sri Akal, Salam, Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Jasveer, and today I'm here to talk about my book, The Incredible Mr. Sweets. The Incredible Mr. Sweets is available on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. It's available on Barnes and Noble and Barnes and Noble Nook in both paperback and ebook format. It's available in ebook at major libraries online and physically in the United States, and it's also available on Apple iBooks and Kobo. Um, I wanted to really talk about the idea behind this book, and this is for the first time I'm doing a virtual launch. Uh, The Incredible Mr. Sweets was supposed to be a very short story, a short story of about only 4,000 words, and it was part of an anthology which I was about to launch in the month of January. But as it happened, one of the beta readers actually suggested that, you know what, this book, this story, The Incredible Mr. Sweets, back then it was called The Gangsta Grooves, has got a real, huge potential. And why don't you develop the story further? And as I started developing, I actually, by the time I got the second beta reading done for the story, it was already 28,000 words, and now it's about 33,000 words. The final book. It's a short read, but it's an engaging story. I felt it that it was an engaging story, and that's how I developed it into a full-time story. And going back further, how did I get the idea for this article? I mean, it was supposed to be an article for the anthology. I was about to post it on Medium. The lockdown because of COVID-19 sort of gave me the idea for this book. And, that got me thinking about the psychology of a prisoner who's been incarcerated for a long time. And, not that the effects of lockdown are similar to the one which a prisoner might, experience while he's in prison for a long time. But that got me thinking. And, COVID-19 is a necessary step to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Uh, uh, and that got me thinking, and that's how the idea of Incredible Mr. Sweets, was born. That's how the short story was created, and finally, it's now a book. Um, he goes through a variety of emotions while he's actually in a prison, and he's being released after 34 years. That's again an amazing thing. Most prisoners of his age, he's now in his mid 70s. Most prisoners would think about retiring once they go out because they are old. But then, not Mr. Sweets. He is essentially coming out with a burden. He's gone through major ups and downs in life, because of which he became a criminal, and now he's coming out of the prison. He's essentially not looking for a second chance. He's actually making a comeback. He's a tough nut to crack, and he spent the 34 years in the prison with guilt, stress of being incarcerated, and music was something that helped him rejuvenate, get over the stress in the prison. Hence the name Mr. Sweets, a name that became infamous when he was out as a criminal. And now he's making a comeback again as Mr. Sweets in a different format, of course, not as a criminal, but as a singer, as a musician. This is his story. Uh, so during the course of developing this story into a full book, I came across a lot of articles, a lot of research about the sort of psychology of a prisoner who comes out after a long time, and it's really difficult. Majority of them, they try and hide from the public when they are out, from even their family. They are scared of meeting their family, uh, probably because of fear of being rejected. So they tend to isolate themselves, and that leads to stress. There are a lot of resources available for the prisoners here in Canada. They can see a state sponsored psychologist. They can go through a lot of resources, to deal with that stress. But remember that isolation is actually is very painful. Seeing your family, not being able to see. Mr. Sweets also goes through the same emotions. uh, After coming out, he's scared of meeting his family, the remaining family. He's been there for 34 years. A lot is lost during that time. And that is how the story develops, and that is how I thought, I will develop my story. I've kept it very simple, no complications. It's just Mr. Sweets, the central character's journey from being a prisoner, from being an ex-convict, to a musician, to a singing superstar. That's what Incredible Mr. Sweets is about. It's the coming of age story of an ex-con who finds his calling in life through music. I hope that you all will enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening to me. Like I said, I'm doing YouTube Live for the first time, and it started with a hiccup, but I hope the book will be launched smoothly the 4th of July. As of today, it's available in both paperback and ebook format across the world. Grab your copies now, guys. Thank you so much for logging in with me. Love you guys.